Welcome up, Wires. Do you see a difference in these two cables? Well, you see, this one charges my phone, and this one says it's for gamers on it. What a fun time that was.
I've been going to Five Below pretty much my entire life. If you've never been to one, the best way I can describe it is a dollar store with genuinely good stuff. Most of the time. Their products aren't the most prestigious thing out there, but hey, you can walk out with a couple cheap cables, a game, and a ring light for less than $20. It could be worse. It's a fun place if you're looking to splurge on yourself without breaking the bank, which is exactly what I did. The Bugga Gaming Collection. Apparently this guy won some Fortnite competition in 2019 and was awarded with the greatest award known to man, a collaboration with Five Below. Oh, and also $3 million. I decided to try out the keyboard first because I really enjoy typing, and you know what? It's not all that bad. The packaging felt somewhat premium, and the typing experience isn't the worst thing I've ever felt. Is it the best thing out there? No, not at all. But I could totally see this being a cheap option for a kid who wants a gaming keyboard to use with their Xbox. The plastic they use does feel a little cheap, and the keyboard flexes a lot. And I mean a lot. This thing weighs almost nothing. But for $10, it's actually not that bad. The switches themselves feel pretty decent, and it features some technology that most cheaper keyboards don't offer, like decent anti-ghosting, allowing you to press multiple buttons at once. It's a little hard to recommend because the keyboard itself feels like a children's toy, but if that's all you're looking for, I'd seriously recommend trying it out. I was also pleasantly surprised by the gaming headset they offer. I always looked at it and never got it because it looked cheap, and after getting my hands on it, yeah, this thing's cheap. It's really uncomfortable, and with the 10 minutes of it being on my head, I wanted it in flames. But again, build quality aside, they didn't sound too bad. For consoles, you just plug in the headphone jack and off you go. But for PC, it comes with this little adapter that only works if you specifically have a microphone and headphone port on your device. A little inconvenient, but if you're planning on using the headset and leaving the mic off, it's not a huge concern. But you know what? They are the best pair of Five Below headphones I've tried. They're stereo, so you can hear the left and right to you pretty easily. There's not as much bass as I'd like, and when turning on the bass boosting mode in Windows 11, it lost a little bit of its clarity. But if you need a cheap headset, it could be worse. And the microphone doesn't sound bad either. Here, take a listen.
This is the microphone on this really cheap Five Below headset. I don't know if it's good or not, but it's sure is something.
Next up is one of the best purchases I've ever made, a gaming charger. Dude, look at that thing, it says gaming on it. Actually trying out the charger, it doesn't work 100% of the time. I checked my USB hub, it's not that. I think the LEDs are hogging just enough power to prevent it from actually working. It just stops charging for like half a second more than I'd like. In the day, you can't see the LED lights, and at night, they flash on and off. People are already complaining about the little light on the PS4 controller being too bright, but this cable, that's just a recipe for disaster. Does the cable work? Kinda. I guess it serves its function enough. But if you need a cable, just buy a cable. It doesn't need a light up. Or instead of buying a cable, just get this little Joy-Con docking station. Inside the box is a manual, the dock, and a 3-foot micro USB cable. If you're gonna make a Nintendo Switch accessory, just make a USB-C. It's really not that hard. At the least, they did include a 3-foot micro USB cable that plugs directly into the dock. The first time I plugged in my Joy-Cons, I got a little confused. This little red light kept flickering on and off. Turns out when they're fully charged, it just does that. The light only turns on when you're actively charging. That being said, the cable itself feels like you could rip in half pretty easily, and the dock doesn't feel that cheap, until I realized it left streaks on my desk. Fun. But why buy all this if you have no games to play? It's Five Below, what could go wrong? Surprisingly, not much. I found a copy of Borderlands, the pre-sequel for Xbox 360, which was a delight. Sadly, this game does not work on newer Xbox systems, only the 360. But I mean, if you have a working 360, go play this game. I played Borderlands on my PC quite a bit with friends, and it has never really gotten old. They had other games there I didn't buy, and I've purchased other games in the past, but who knows. Your Five Below might have something different than mine. If you have a newer system, I'd recommend just getting the Handsome Collection for like $8 used. But if you're looking for a new game to play, it's not a bad place to shop. I would just watch out for better deals elsewhere. But then it got me thinking, what if instead of buying a game for another system, I could just buy the game system to play games on? Well, I got half of that. The grape-flavored D-pad candy Game Boy. Wow, what a sentence. And wow, what a flavor. The best way I can describe it is a children's berry cough syrup flavored chalk. You can taste a little bit of that berry flavor, but towards the end, it gets overwhelmed with this horrible pungent taste. But I mean, the tin is alright, it's nothing crazy cool, but it's neat, I guess. The last thing I will be looking at are Five Below Joy-Cons. Yeah, Joy-Cons. These were the most expensive item I got today with a $20 price tag. But remember, these are working Joy-Cons for $20. Opening the box, we have the 2 controllers, a manual, and a USB to 2 USB-C ports. It's a short cable, but I've never seen anything like it. And would you look at that, it doesn't charge on the Switch itself. In fact, it uses these little clips to attach to the system. My Joy-Cons came with a couple of scratches on them, and the right trigger felt very loose. It felt and looked like they had been used before. But I mean, they're not bad. The joysticks feel scarily similar to the Switch, and it locks onto the system slightly tighter than the real controllers, and I feel like it's partly because of those tiny grips. But would I recommend them? If you really want Joy-Cons, sure. But they are really uncomfortable when held by themselves, and when playing local multiplayer, the SL and SR buttons barely work. Even worse, because of this new grip on the rails, pretty much nothing works with them. No Joy-Con straps, no Joy-Con grips, not even the official Five Below Joy-Con chargers. If you just want to play multiplayer games, get a couple of wired controllers instead. And if you need a second pair of Joy-Cons, just get the real deal. It's only for very specific circumstances I could genuinely recommend these, but again, it's $20 for a pair of Joy-Cons. If I learned anything about these things, or to be honest anything else in this video, it's that gaming doesn't have to cost a lot of money. Sure, you're gonna get these things that don't work occasionally, and the system itself will cost you a pretty penny, but the headsets, games, even the controllers, they don't need to be the world's best thing to have a good experience. At the end of the day, you're still playing a game. People played games with the Atari 2600's controller. I'm pretty sure these Joy-Cons can suffice.
Like I said at the beginning of the video, Five Below is a great place for those who love to splurge without breaking the bank. You can get those wireless earbuds that you always wanted. Was everything I bought in today's video worth my money? No.